Today we will have presentation by group 6, and then we will have the topic of general purposes language teaching, a variable focus approach. It's still talking about how important syllabus in English language teaching. Just like we have discussed just last couple of weeks, this is kind of element that should be noted when we are get along with syllabus design. And then this group seems ready to present. Yeah, time is yours. Not more than 10 minutes enough? 5 minutes enough? Before session? Yeah, that's up to you. Okay, time is yours.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
You're fine.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, I hope you all are fine today. Today we're going to present about our material. But before that, let me introduce my group. There is me, Miftal Mudana, as the speaker 1, and my partner, Aminza Rilda, as the speaker 2. And the last member of our group is Iqbal Adrian. Today we're going to talk about general purpose language teaching, a variable focus approach. Alright, the first slide presentation, I'm going to explain to you about what is the topic today. Syllabus as a part of the curriculum. So in the North America and also in the European, that they define about the curriculum and syllabus itself doesn't have separated meaning. It means like they have a
Waalaikumsalam.
each other. So in that,
Waalaikumsalam.
on there, just depend between syllabus and curriculum itself is going to use. And also in the right of my slide presentation, actually, there is a definition about curriculum and syllabus series. Actually, last couple weeks, we have discussed about what is curriculum and also syllabus itself. So I just want to remind here what is the definition of them. So the curriculum itself is the general concept that involves consideration of the whole complex in philosophical, social, and administrative factors which are available in educational programs. So in the other words, that curriculum itself is the general principle or general principle that involves in education. What is syllabus? Syllabus is the subpart of the curriculum which concerns in a specification of what unit that will be taught. Or in other words, we call that syllabus is the subpart of the curriculum itself that contains the unit that will be taught by the teacher in the classroom. And the next, there are 5 aspects encompassing the syllabus. The first one is concept formation, administrative decision, syllabus planning, material design, and also classroom activity. So I'm going to talk about concept formation itself. The first one is the definition of concept formation. It is the general principle in second language education and the role of language society. So what is like the general principle here? The general principle here meaning is just like the cognitive of the students about the effectives and also basic linguistics that students have here. And the role of language society here is just like students' environment to enhance their knowledge about the second language to improve that second language. And the next is administrative decision, which is the definition of administrative decision is when we create the practical course of action, including the set of social, political, and financial constraints. So when we create that administrative design, so we should be able to pay attention to include that political and also financial constraints in the syllabus itself. And the next, syllabus planning. So the definition of the syllabus planning is specific objective for a program including the aspects or inventories to be taught. For example, like timetables and also establishing basic principle in the selection and also such as like grading. And the next is material design. Everyone know that material design, what material design is. It's just like when we create a syllabus and we put such as like tags, games, simulation, and also it just like includes all the activity in the classroom itself. And the last is classroom activity. The classroom activity is such as like the way the teacher can carry the information, can present the material, and also classroom activity also includes like simulation and also response in the classroom. So that's about classroom activity. And in our next slide, we have a basic conceptual lecture. So I'm going to explain it. Okay, according to MC Neil, 1981, there are four measures which had a profound effect on the way we think about teaching language and other subjects. The first one is the academic, and the second one is the technological, the humanistic, and the social reinforcement. So here I'm going to explain what are the terms about. And the academic. The definition of the academic is to seek or to promote the economic effort by encouraging understanding and the structure of discipline by the students. It means like the academic itself, which is we emphasize the students' cognitive, the students' ability to understand or to communicate by using the written text. For example, here, which is we are as a teacher apply the grammar translation method. It is the grammar translation method is emphasis students' cognitive to know or to understand about the second language. By grammar translation, students will be able to interpret, to enhance their knowledge about the second language, for example, like English, by using written text rather than oral communication. And the next is the technological. The technological itself is emphasis on the behavioral and empirical that can be easily to manipulate, measure, or observe. So here is just like teacher stimulate the student to make the student being able to exist in the front of the class and also make the student using the behavioral technique and such as like and so on. For example, here we are as a teacher applied material such as like the audio lingual method, which is we emphasize the student to understand about the second language by using the oral communications. Or if, for example, if there is a student lack of pronunciation, lack of the definition about the vocabulary, so they can looking for that vocabulary or looking for how to pronounce that word by using Google Translate, for example, which is there is a platform over there to hearing the sound of the word and so on. And for the teacher itself, we are as a teacher can being a provider to our students, such as like we can show the video material, for example, like using what we call it, projector and also laptop, and also we can show in our student about that material, so students can get it. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
next is the humanistic. The humanistic itself is just in this definition, which is emphasis to provide personality certified. It means like when the students being able to being a part in the classroom. For example, like students can be a part in the classroom, involved in the classroom activity, for example, in the Q&A section, so they can being a part of the classroom. They can give their opinion, they can giving a viewpoint about the issue which is discussed in the classroom. So it makes the students being a part in the classroom. So it's about the humanistic and the social reinforcement. You know, the social reinforcement has relations between the humanistic. Because why? Because when we are using the social reinforcement, it means that the teacher, can stimulate the student, which is after students giving a opinion. Teacher can giving like achievement such as like a low applause or giving his sign, which is apa ya, mengindikasikan indicates that the teacher is classifying with the student's answer. So it's about the social reinforcement. The next slide is, according to G.B. Allen, in his paper, states in the goal of teaching second language is to make learners to be proficiency in that language, but still consistent with the curriculum design. And we should pay attention at two different aspects, such as the first one is competence, and also the second one is performance. So I'm going to talk about competence itself. The competence includes the knowledge about the grammatical competence. Yeah, it's about basic grammatical competence of the student. So teacher will be able to pay attention at the competence itself. And the performance. The performance itself provide the development of four skills. The first one is reading, writing, listening, and also speaking. Or in other words, we call it like the development of specific communicative skills, and in other words again, implicit or explicit knowledge factor. So the teacher should be able to pay attention at that point. So you know guys, what is implicit and also explicit? Implicit knowledge factor is just like when we are speaking, when we are writing. Because why? Because there is the activity that we giving the information about some issues. So the information comes into our mind, and also we translate it in an oral communication. And explicit means like listening and also reading, which is menerima the information from our environment. So that is about explicit and also implicit knowledge structure. For the next slide, my friends will be continue. So Aniza, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the information. Well, I will continue the presentation. Now we go to the next point, that is the need for syllabus planning. Well, we have known that language is highly a complex matter, so there are a lot of aspects that we should pay attention to. So, teachers cannot teach all aspects of language at the same time or in one time. There should be time segments in the teaching process of the materials, and then therefore, in order to have a successful teaching, it requires a selection of material depending on the prior definition of the objectives, proficiency level, and duration of the course. So, in the material selection, teachers should consider the objectives of the lesson, what the learning process want to achieve. For example, when the teacher chooses a material, for example, the objective is to focus on the grammatical criteria. So the teacher should, adjust the material in accordance with the grammatical criteria of language. And then in material selection, teacher should also consider the proficiency level of the students. So, in a class, there are a variety of level in the students' skills, language skills, I mean. For example, some students are in the beginner level, and the others can be in the intermediate level. So this variety of students' proficiency level should also be considered by the teacher in the material selection. And then the last that should be considered by the teacher in the material selection is the duration of the course. So the amount of material should be, in line with the duration of the course. So it's not too much, and it also not too little.
An approach to curriculum evaluation. Curriculum decision making must be subject to some form of evaluation in order to check that the result of decision are meeting their stated objective, and so that knowledge about curriculum processes and accumulates in a systematic and responsible way. Evaluation can take place at any one of the 5 levels of concept formation, administrative, decision making, syllabus planning, material design, and classroom activity. And various testing procedures have been developed which are appropriate at the different points on the curriculum stage. And this is an example which is concerned with development of ESL and tech at the high school level in Ontario. So the ESL aims to provide English language training related to subjects to students at school. Thus, it is very important to include themes and topics on useful educational material in language classes. Maksudnya di sini tujuannya untuk agar memberikan pelatihan kepada murid-murid di sekolah tersebut, namun related dengan mata pelajaran yang ada di sekolah tersebut. And then this is a form of effective approach summative evaluation, and that's all. Pre-test and post-test, teachers interview, students questionnaire, and classroom observation. Baiklah, Pani, saya ingin jawab pertanyaan tadi.
Oke.
Jadi nak maksud summative evaluation ini ada 4 ciri-ciri dari summative evaluation. Ya, iya jenis, bukan ciri-ciri. Jenis summative evaluation. Jadi summative evaluation itu kayak mana? Itu sebuah evaluasi setelah jenis setelah silabus itu dilaksanakan.
For grading about the activity after this activity based on the syllabus has applied in the classroom. Therefore, for checking maybe like grading point about setelah syllabus ini diterapkan kayaknya layak atau enggak gitu.
So, for the specification in this summative evaluation, usually it is given by the end of the teaching learning process. The development of students' ability in their language learning.
Other than that, it also indicates sebenarnya syllabus yang udah kita rancang ini layak nggak sih? Itu sebenarnya.
Ya, nah itu konsep akhir. Ketika silabus itu sudah dilahirkan, sudah dikonstruk, dia harus mengalami uji coba dulu, ya, dievaluasi dulu. Kelayakan sebuah silabus itu harus dievaluasi dulu. Nah, di sini ada term summative evaluation and formative evaluation, itu beda lagi. Nanti dalam skillnya tadi Rizky mengatakan bahwa menanyakan ada summative, ada formatif ya. Jadi di sini summative itu nih seperti kita yang ada di academic college, itu summative itu ada tes, ada mid semester, ada final exam, ada tugas-tugas yang harus diisi oleh para dosen untuk melahirkan sebuah nilai A, B, B plus dan seterusnya, itu summative ya. Nah di sini ada pretest and post-test, itu seperti biasa. Pretest itu dilakukan sebelum kita melakukan sebuah uji coba dari silabus tersebut. Kemudian pretestnya itu setelah post-testnya setelah aplikasi silabus itu terjadi. Nah untuk mensupport dari tes-tes tersebut, dia akan dilakukan teachers interview. Dia menginterview teacher itu sebagai pengguna, ya, teacher itu sebagai pemakai dari silabus itu sendiri. Bagaimana perspektif teacher dalam dalam aplikasi silabus yang telah didesain tersebut. Baru dia ada student questionnaire. Student questionnaire itu berbentuk angket yang disebarkan oleh para yang membuat ke si pemakai. Ya, tadi yang menggunakan ibunya, teachernya, yang ini kita kasih questionnaire, angket yang disebarkan kepada siswa untuk melihat perspektif mereka tentang silabus yang sudah diaplikasikan di kelas. Itu baru classroom observation. Classroom observation ini dilihat bagaimana praktikalnya guru dalam mengaplikasikan silabus dalam konteks classroom activity. Nah, siapa yang menilai? Apakah guru? Apakah ada pihak ketiga? Bagaimana guru bisa menilai? Guru mengajar, kemudian guru mengobservasi. Bisa kayak gitu, Bik?
Tapi ada pihak lain yang bisa.
Nah, ada pihak lain. Kita perlu orang lain yang bisa mengobservasi. Pasti orang-orang yang berkaitan dengan silabus designer. Oke. Jadi guru yang mengaplikasikan, silabus designer yang memberikan penilaian seperti apa aplikasi silabus ini yang dilakoni oleh guru dalam classroom activity. Nah, disinilah nampak refleksi mereka, nampak feedback mereka, nampak perspektif mereka tentang applied silabus yang sudah diterapkan oleh guru atau yang sudah didesain oleh para silabus designer. Rearrange, revisi. Kapan kita merevisi? Setelah selesai. Bisa nggak kita merevisi di tengah-tengah? Kemarin ada pertanyaan, bisa nggak revisi pada saat ini ternyata kok tidak efektif ya, direvisi aja? Ya, habiskan dulu lah proyeknya itu, baru kita revisi. Boleh baca? Sopan-sopannya apa? Apa kurang paham? Apa tidak paham? Oke, you may close this presentation.
Okay, class. There is no more question. Thank you so much for your nice attention. Good afternoon and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Ya, Anissa dan Iqbal have presented by giving a very detailed information on the title is General Purposes Language Teaching, a variable focus approach. If we're talking about language teaching, this is gonna be a lot of purposes of teaching language teaching itself. But here, more focus on language teaching in terms of syllabus planning. Yeah, you have to remember in English language teaching there are some important aspects. Yeah, from the theory to practice, it should be linked into how this syllabus is constructed in English language teaching. Now, it seems that this group present important element. Yeah, let's see together later. This is we have discussed a lot on this. Yeah, syllabus versus curriculum, definition of curriculum, different perspective of curriculum. It has long ago discussed about this one. And then this is only the platform or overview how this group bring you to other discussion by giving by formulate this is definition of curriculum and syllabus. Now we come. Did you understand all when the speaker saying to you? Yeah, you know all about the information in this slide. Yeah, we may discuss later if you still have a question in your mind. We open a second section, question and answer. I limit 3 questions only. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Nidya Ramdhani. So in your presentation, you mentioned a lot about some aspect and basic concept of constructing or planning a syllabus. And I want to ask, are those principal aspect or basic concept can be applied in any stage of education? For example, we want to designing syllabus for senior high school, junior high school, and etc. Is it applicable for any stage of education or in some particular stages like junior or elementary? It need some special approach or aspect that need to be considered.
Yeah, you concerned about five elements, yeah, five elements of composing syllabus. I confirm again these questions whether this type of element applicable for any level of education. Let's say from elementary school, secondary school, or academic university level, yeah.
Related to this slide, and after this, you have a basic conceptual factor as well. So the one. Okay, well, in this slide, we are talking about the aspect that teachers or syllabus designers should pay attention to in composing the syllabus. So, for the question that related to the application, it will be explained in the next slide.
Okay, the question is this, does some basic conceptual basic structure is applicable to apply in all category of all level of education teaching? Our opinion means that this basic conceptual is not provided to elementary school, and it is provided for secondary and also senior and also in students college. Because why? Because in the academic itself, we have to concern that it passes our students to understanding or understand by the written text, for example, like grammar translation method, for example, like I told you before, and the next in the technological. So in the technological, like the students more being able to understand how to know and how to enhance their knowledge by using the technology, and yang mudah mengerti cara belajar by using the technology. And the next, the humanistic.
You get the point. Anybody wants to add or comment about this answer? Can I give some clarification on this? Presenter? Yeah, let's again to the second next one. Yeah, the five aspects in composing the syllabus. Referring to what Murnian asking now, whether this element should be applied in all levels of education. The answer is yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. This is a very basic foundation when we want to create, when we want to design syllabus. Jadi ini merupakan fondasinya. Nah, ini merupakan apa namanya, elemen-elemen landasan-landasan yang harus kita pertimbangkan ketika kita akan mendesain sebuah syllabus. Pastinya iya. Yang diceritakan oleh presenter tadi itu yang kedua itu more emphasize on language teaching or other subject. Itu beda lagi komponennya, beda lagi unsur-unsurnya beda lagi. Nah, di situ tadi sudah diterangkan bahwa konsep formation, berarti di sini tadi sudah dijelaskan bahwa pada second language education itu konsep formasinya tuh harus jelas dulu. Ya, ini langkah awal. Ini konsep formasi yang ini sebelum lanjut ke sana dia harus berhubungan. Ya, dia harus interrelated dari komponen 1, 2 sampai seterusnya. Nah, konsep formasi itu form. Form ini sebuah struktur materi ajar itu bisa di develop yang seperti kita diskusikan lalu, bisa diadopt, bisa diadapt. Nah, itu ada pada stage keempat. Nah, baru bagaimana semua aktivitas ini dilakukan itu masuk kepada ranah classroom practice. Nah, disitulah alur dari elemen-elemen yang interrelated yang seluruhnya applicable berkenaan dengan pengajaran bahasa. Memang pengajaran bahasa teknologi mungkin tidak begitu ditekankan untuk elementary school, tapi sekarang kita tidak bisa lagi lepas dari teknologi. Ya, sejak anak-anak usia preschool, ya mereka sudah dikenakan dengan teknologi. Itu karena tuntutan teknologi advancement. Ya, jadi memang pada praktikalnya teknologi ada beberapa fase-fase, mungkin ada beberapa penekanan pada fase tertentu kapan teknologi itu kita berikan dalam tataran English language teaching or other subject. Clear ya? Okay. You got the point?
Yes.
Masih ada?
Please go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Terus in Iqbal's report,